Sorry, what doesn't exist in
I
English?
don't think it has an English name. Does it?
What's the word?
Vitlof. Does it have an English name?
Oh, Wietlof. No, probably not. We probably call them Wietlofs. What actually is it? Is it like a crepe?
It's basically a vegetable, but
chicorée?
there's two forms. There's the one that the French call endive, or sorry, that the Dutch call andijvie.
Oh, endive.
Which grows a bit like salad, but more vertical.
Yeah.
And then the Belgians used to grow it in cellars where it got less light, so it didn't green up, it didn't fold open.
Yeah, it's just like a white thing.
Sleek and white, and that's what the French call endive and the Dutch call witlof. Yeah.
Is it a little bit bitter?
Yeah.
If you go too much to the stem, it does. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we call it endive from the French.
We call it mazoides.
Endivian. We say chicorée or
they do some
chicorée.
Chicorée.
Oh, chicory. Sorry. Yeah, we also call it chicory as well. I think there's a difference though between the two, isn't there? Hang on a second. Let's see if there is. What is the difference between?
And you're eating those like
chicory
raw.
Yeah, they're super nice.
Like ice cream. Like Joseph said.
I prefer them raw because if you put them in the oven and you heat them up, they become gooey, and that's really not my thing.
My mother has the greatest recipe with those. You take them, but only like like 2 or 3 leaves, and you wrap them with ham, and then you put them in a tray and
ham
put
sounds good.
Then you throw them out.
Sauce on top of it, and breadcrumbs and cheese, and you put it in the oven and.
I don't know, somehow the last week became culinary lessons, not Japanese lessons, but cooking lessons.
It's more enjoyable. Much more interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Don't get me wrong.
We're going on a date for food on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, and everybody has to bring something special. Oh, that would be so great.
Oh.
Post it on Facebook and we'll do it. Okay, let's begin, guys. So today we're going to do a tiny bit of what we did last week, which was the I intend to do something like iku to omoimasu, and then we're going to do a little kind of quiz with each other. It's more like a Jock has been tied up with the plumber. It's a funny hobby to have.
Should we be worried?
Well, depends if he posts any pictures on Facebook, really. We'll have a little kind of little team competition to translate some stuff into Japanese, and the other person to try and understand what the other person's saying. Okay, so to begin, let's have a little warm up first. So what I'd like you to do is, let me just share this with you. That one there, and I want you to, sorry, give me a second, guys, because right, well, actually, we'll use this little warm-up as a kind of warm-up for the competition as well. So what I'm going to ask you to do is person A will ask person B what they plan to do tomorrow. Person B will respond, and person A has to translate what person B has said. So it's important that the person who's answering is clear about what they're saying, not to use any kind of funny jibber jabber, but to be slow and clear and concise. Okay, because it's all about what are we all about? We're all about communicating what the meaning is. It doesn't have to be grammatically perfect or complicated Japanese. We just have to communicate meaning. Okay, right. So we'll start off. Let me just move me off. Oh, I can't. So Louise and Wayne, you're going to be first people. So Louise, you're going to ask Wayne, what are you doing tomorrow? Wayne, you answer, and then Louise, you translate back.
Hi, Wayne さん、明日は何をするつもりですか?
You're muted, Wayne. It's going to make it hard for Louise to translate that, to be honest.
明日は仕事してと思います。
Okay, so have some things to take care of.
Work.
Shigoto.
Okay, so that's an example of how not to do it. So all I want you to, the person who's answering, if the person who's asking the question gets your translation correct, just say, "Hai, saw this. Hai, saw this." Okay, so don't tell them what it is you're actually doing. Okay, but I think Louise, you kind of got it anyway. Okay, and now Wayne to Tobe.
Tobe さん、明日は何するいますか?
Let's just make sure this question is right. That nani suru, and then
何する
so you can use any of these down here at the bottom of the slide.
何をする予定ですか?
Yeah, okay, good.
明日練習でジムするつもりです。
Tomorrow I will go to gym and train.
Good. Okay.
はい、そうです。
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give you, if the person responds correctly in Japanese, you get an extra point. And if the person understands, you get a point as well, okay? Right, Tobe to Piotr.
ピョットさん、何をするつもりですか? 明日は何をするつもりですか? すみません。
Yeah.
丈夫です。明日は公園に歩きたい、歩くつもりです。
Going to the park and 歩く。
Can we get extra points if other people say something?
No, you get thrown out of the game.
We have to be silent.
You get ejected from Andy's Japanese corner.
I feel the last Aruit.
Okay.
I heard park. You're going to the park, but
Yeah.
then
Well, what can he do in a park?
to walk maybe.
You're only getting half a point because Joseph helped you. Okay, good. Yeah. So if you actually want to say I'm going for a walk in the park, Piotr, rather than saying arukimasu, you would say sanpo shimasu. So it actually means a kind of pleasurable walk rather than just the verb of walking. Yeah. Okay, Piotr and Joseph.
Joseph さん、明日は何をするつもりですか?
明日は、お茶を飲みたいと思います。
You think you're going to drink tea?
はい、そうです。
Good. Okay, good. Joseph and Constantina.
コンスタンティナさん、明日は何をするつもりですか?
朝は病院に行くつもりです。
So tomorrow you will go to the hospital?
はいです。
はい、そうです。
そうです。
はい、good.
はい、そう
Okay.
です。
Constantina and Yari.
ヤリさん、明日は何をするつもりですか?
剣道稽古します。
Okay. So, Constantina, what do you think he said?
So he's gonna go.
Maybe too easy. Raku.
Raku no, he's gonna go train kendo.
Good, yes. Okay. And Yari and Yanis?
Yanis-san, 何をするつもりですか?
Sorry. 明日は ヤイドの稽古行くつもりです。
Okay, good.
He is going to go to the Yaido Keiko.
Good. Exactly. Yeah, well done. Okay, Yanis to David.
デビッドさん、明日何をするつもりですか？
水曜日なので働くつもりです。
Okay.
Sorry, I don't remember what is Soyobi.
Okay. So this is why it's important to keep it simple, David. Okay, next one. Doesn't matter. David and Aga.
Aga さん、明日何の予定ですか？
明日は歯医者に行くつもりです。
Tomorrow you will go to the office. I heard 会社。
歯医者。
歯医
者。
歯医者？ No, it's gone.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that was the dentist, by the way. Haisha.
Have we done dentist before?
Yeah. I mean, not as I didn't do a whole lesson on the word dentist, but yeah, it's been on previous sessions.
Okay.
Okay, Aga and Louise.
ルイスさん、明日は何をするつもりですか？
明日は仕事をする、その後、妹と会う予定です。
Keep it simple.
You're going to work and you're going to meet your sister?
Yes. Hi, so
Good.
I think sister.
Yes, good, perfect. Okay, let's now work in the other direction. So this time, Louise, ask Aga.
Hi.
So guys, you're gonna have to. Oh, actually, there's a different one I'd like you to ask. So, Louise, you're going to ask Aga, and I'd like you to ask, what do you plan to do on your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
On your next birthday.
はい、アガさん、次の誕生日は何を予定ですか？
大きいケーキを食べるつもりです。
So you want to eat a very big cake.
Very good. Excellent. Good. David, are you there? Okay, so Aga to David.
デイビッドさん、次の誕生日に何をするつもりですか？
リラックスするつもりです。
Good idea.
So you're going to relax.
Good. Excellent.
For one day.
One day. Good. Okay. Well done, guys. Yanis, are you there?
Not in a list.
Okay. So David, can you ask me what am I? I'll take Yanis's place for a second.
Okay. Andy さん、次の誕生日、何をするつもりですか？
そうですね。多分、イージプトに行くつもりです。
Maybe you plan to go to Egypt.
Yes, good. Exactly. Well done. And then I'll ask Yari. Yari, 次の誕生日に何をするつもりですか？
大きいステーキ Tabemasu.
Koki.
Steak. Steak.
Steak. Hai.
はい。
ステーキを食べます。
食べます。はい。
一日中。
一日中。
すごいね。So you can eat a steak a whole day. Wow.
But
Okay.
it's a good day for a big steak.
Is that several small steaks or just one big
Expensive
one that lasts a
food.
day?
I think he means one whole reindeer, David, with the antlers as well.
But I don't like sweet so much, so I like salty. So steak will be the best.
It's probably true. Probably true. Okay. Yari to Consta.
Konstantina-san, how should I start? Tanjobi.
Tsugi no tanjobi ni.
Tsugi no. Okay. Tsugi no tanjobi ni tsumori desu ka?
Sorry. Tanjobi ni, and then what's the next bit, Yari?
Tanjobi ni suru tsumori desu.
Hang on, you've got all these choices that are on the slides here. You've got 5 amazing choices to pick from.
Oh yeah. Okay, they aren't changed. Tsugi no Konstantina-san, Tsugi no tanjobi ni nan no yotei desu ka?
Good. Okay.
Tsugi no tanjobi. Party o suru yotei desu.
Good.
You have a party and a plan to do it.
Hey, good. Excellent. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Costa and Joseph.
Joseph-san, 次の誕生日何をするつもりですか？
外に行くつもりです。
行く。He's gonna go?
外に行くつもりです。
It's
You're
not
gonna go
soto de.
outside.
Exactly. Good.
Is soto ni or soto de? Which it
Soto,
should be.
so if you're going to just go outside, it will be soto ni if it's fixed with ikimasu. If you're going to do something outside, like play soccer, then this would be soto de saka o suru tsumori desu.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Joseph to Piotr.
ピョートルさん、今度の誕生日に何をするつもりですか？
Imagine there's no lockdown, Piotr.
一日眠むと思っています。
Alcohol.
So he will sleep one day long.
Good, exactly. Excellent. Well done, guys.
そうです。
Piotr to Tobe.
トビアさん、次の誕生日に何の予定がありますか？
誕生日に家族の一緒に祝ってです。
祝ってです。
祝ってです。I'm not sure about this.
Me too.
Neither am I.
It's from the iwao.
Ah, right. Right. Okay. So you can't say iwate des because that means, well, it's not actually a verb.
So iwao des.
Yeah, but how do you turn iwao into a verb? Take a guess.
Iwao. I thought that was a verb. No.
There's no mas on the end, so it can't. It's not.
Iwaimasu.
Iwaimasu.
Iwaimasu. Hi. Iwaimasu.
Piotr-san, dozo.
I have absolutely no clue.
Okay. Can you get a half point for this though?
So you're going. Sorry, 誰と 祝いますか? With whom are you going to 祝います?
家族。
家族。So you're going to do something with your family?
はい。
But,
そうです。
祝う
Celebrate, to celebrate.
So, okay.
Yeah. You probably know this actually from the word oiwai. Have you heard this before? Oiwai. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm going to celebrate with my family. Yeah. Iwaimasu. Probably, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, good. Okay. Tobe to Wayne.
Wayneさん、次誕生日、予定ですか？何の予定ですか？
Thank you.
何の予定ですか？
月の誕生日に行くと思います。
You can ask him to...
I didn't hear the first word was cut out. I'm sorry.
Okay, に行くと思います。
私も聞こえませんでした。
花火、海岸。
Oh, Cayenne.
Cayenne.
You can ask for more details if you like, Toby.
I'm sorry, Cayenne. No, but you're going there anyway. You plan to go there, but Cayenne.
Toby, ask where is Cayenne?
Where is Cayenne?
ない、日本語で。
Cayenne はどこですか？
湘南、まあ、Miami.
Miami. So you're going to Miami, to a bit of Miami, a place? No?
Yeah.
You're planning to go?
You can say so.
Yeah.
全然わかりません。何の国ですか？ウェンさん。
はい。
カヤンって何の国ですか？
まあ、今わかんない。
Which country is it?
Which country doesn't have lockdown?
Huh?
Which country doesn't have lockdown?
He doesn't know
go
yet,
ahead.
I think.
Cayenne って
Yeah.
Cayenne. それわかりません。
Beach.
Oh, beach. 海岸
Yeah.
海岸。海岸。よし。Okay, Wayne to Louise.
ルイさん、月の誕生日に何をするつもりですか？
次の誕生日にスパに行きたいと思います。
She wants to go to La Spa for her next birthday.
Good, excellent. Okay, cool, good. Let's see how you do. So Louise and Wayne, you got 4 points out of 4. Wayne and Toby, you got 2. Toby, Piotr, you got 2. Piotr, Joseph, you got 4. Joseph, Konstantina, you got 4. Konstantina, Yadi, you got 4. Yadi, Yanis, you got 4. Yanis and David, you got 3. David and Aga, you got 3. And Aga and Louise, you got 4. So lots of winners. You can all pat yourself on the back if you've got 4. Yay. Okay, let's go on to today's practice. So we're going to pretty much continue doing this the rest of today, actually, but I've set some different sentences for you guys to work on. Let's see. Let's just stop sharing this a second. And do the...
Andy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you mind if I log in with another me?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you
on my laptop, so I have a bigger screen.
Yeah,
Thanks.
certainly. No worries. And then... Right, here guys. So just have 2 minutes to have a look at this this paragraph, and then I will ask. Then we'll go through it and see if you've got it right. Okay. So if you want to write things down, if you want to make notes, you can. If you feel confident to not make notes, then that's fine. Joseph, have a minute to look at this paragraph, and then I'm going to ask everybody to go at translating it. Welcome back, Yanis. Yanis,
Sorry, Sensei, I have to leave.
Sure, no problem. See you soon.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ako, you look like you're in pain. Ha desu ka? Me desu ka? Aga-san. Ha ga itai desu ka?
Yeah.
Me ga itai desu ka?
Yeah.
Atama? Okay, should we have a go, guys? So I think that we now have enough Japanese to be able to translate this perfectly without any kind of weird versions of it. So let's have a go. So let's have a look at sentence 1. Because I cannot go to the dojo next week, I'm thinking of training at home. Now you'll notice that I have put this exactly in the same order as it would be written in Japanese as well. So it should be fairly easy. So let's start with David. How about the first sentence then?
Dojo next week. So, Raishu? Dojo ni ikemasen kara.
Excellent.
I'm a little bit short on the word home, so uchi.
Uchi's fine. Good. Yeah.
Uchi de renshu to oimaimasu.
Renshu. Then you need. This isn't actually a verb yet, so you need to turn it into a verb.
Renshu suru.
Good. Renshu suru to omoimasu. Good. That's it. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. Wayne, how about the next one? In order to pass my next grading, I must practice Reiho. You're muted, Wayne.
月の審査のために sorry.
So you need to say pass. So what would you use? You've got some choices, really.
Yeah. Too many, maybe.
Okay. So how about what's hang on a second. I'll write it in Chinese and you can tell me how to read it in Japanese. Hang on.
Gokaku.
Oh, good. Gokaku.
Gokaku.
Yeah. Sorry. Gokaku.
Gokaku.
Yeah. How do you say that in Chinese?
Completely different. Herge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Shinsa o gokaku.
Tameni.
This still needs to be a verb, though. This is at the moment a noun, gokaku.
Yeah. Suru tameni.
Good. Suru tameni.
Deho o keiko shimasu.
Okay. Any other contributions for keiko shimasu?
Keiko shiteimasu.
No, so it's I must practice. I must.
Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, keiko or benkyo.
Thank you.
Both are fine. but it's this must that I want.
Yeah.
I have a ray of thank you or
Shinareke narimashita. Narimasen.
Well, that was quite a tsunami of responses there. Let's take Wayne. You go first.
Shinakereba narimasen.
Narimasen. Good. Okay. And then Luis, I've never failed grading, but I do not want that experience.
I knew this sentence would be mine because I have no idea. So yeah.
To fail, you've got a choice actually. Does anybody know how you'd say to fail a grading?
Ochita.
Ochita, yeah. So ochimashita. Ochimashita. Ochimashita.
Isn't this a fall as well?
It is, it's the same, yeah.
It's the same, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same,
so never then would be
Stop.
Sen.
Zenzen. Kester.
Yeah, Zenzen is more like not at all.
Kester.
Ichidomo, maybe.
Constantina, what did you say?
Ikamonai.
Sorry, Constantina. Did you say Keshte?
Yeah.
Yep, and
I
Wayne,
write it
Wayne
down.
you said?
Ikamonai.
Ikamonai. So yeah, you can use either of these.
Okay, so keshite
Or ikai.
shinsa o go kaku ochimashita.
Just shinsa or ochimashita.
Shinsa o ochimashita.
So I have never failed a grading.
A grading. This was yeah.
So it's the grading part I don't care about, but I've never failed is the I have never failed.
I have never failed. Ochimashita would be I never did fail, right?
Ochimashita means I failed.
Yeah.
Ochimasen desta.
Ochimasen deshita means I didn't fail, so we're getting closer.
I didn't fail. I have failed.
Ochimasen.
Ich nicht haben failure examination. I speak
No,
German
but
as well.
stop, please. So ochimas is I fail, right?
Fail, yeah. Yeah.
So ochimashita would mean I did fail.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we need now?
I have never failed. I have never had the experience of failing an exam.
So keshite would be never, right?
Good, yeah. I have to say, actually, although we put this in, this is very nice to have here. This is absolutely redundant if we just use the right grammar.
That's true.
Okay. I have wait more.
Luis-san, have you
Hi.
ever eaten sushi before?
Okay. So
Kotogari
keshite mo nai shinsa o Okay, stop. Ich krieg das hin. Ja, warte.
Are you talking to me, to us or the
I'm
cat?
gonna get it. Please wait.
Thank you.
So not ochi, but
Otta.
ta.
No,
Hey, don't do that.
it's not otta either. It's ochita.
Ochita.
That's how we started, yeah. Ochita.
Yeah, rewind 5 minutes, and that was the word that Joseph used.
Kotogarimasen.
Okay, well, there's the answer.
Yeah, thank you, Yari. But Stoppy, why do we do ochita? I mean, ochimachi.
It's a group 2 Ochiru, I'm assuming.
Ochiru.
Past form, the ochita should be
Yes,
past.
I know, but if we do machimas, we do matte. Why do we
Matsumas is from Matsu, it's a group 1, and Ochiru is a group 2.
Louis.
So it's not ochimas. What is the mas form for?
It is ochimasu.
Ochimasu.
Okay, let me show you.
Group 2 word.
We knock
Think
off the
about
root
the sushi.
It's
and
ochiru,
it just becomes
ochimasu, ochimashita, And then in plain form, this would be ochita for plain form, ochinai for negative, ochite for te form. So,
Ochimasen.
yeah, ochimasen.
Ochi root always stays.
Yeah, exactly. So this part here, ochi, this remains the same all the time.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied.
But you get why, right?
Can you
The
survive?
cat was protesting.
What is the difference now between ochimas and machimas? Why is it a group 2 word?
It just is.
I hate those kind of explanations.
Okay, so
It ends with iru.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, so matsu is to wait in the infinitive, and ochiru. So these are the two infinitives. So for group 1 verbs, if you turn it into the mass form, this tsu goes from the u line on the hiragana chart up to the e. So there is no tsi, there's only chi. So it becomes machimas. Okay. Ochiru for all group 2 verbs, all we do to change the form of the group 2 verbs is we take this bit off the ru and we clip on new bits like mas, te, nai.
I think the problem is that I didn't learn, I learned te form before those lessons here, and I learned those with the mas form and how to, so I learned if you have a chi, it's going to te. So
With group 1 verbs, yeah. So matsu, tatsu, other ones which end in tsu, but
Is this because the tsu in this one is the suffix which transforms, and the tail end isn't a chi in ochiru? It's just a
yeah, exactly, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is the reason why I didn't start teaching you guys Japanese using the mass form, because you get into the idea that everything becomes like machimas becomes machite, hanashimas becomes hanashite. You can just keep clipping on stuff, but actually you have to know the infinitive and know which group it's in, and then this will actually lead you to do the right verb conjugation.
Okay, so
yes,
quick question.
La ga.
Hang on a second. Otsu.
I am now confused.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. It's probably just a kind of different, probably got a different kind of meaning. Just a second.
It's got a rare marker, but still.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's what it is. I mean, there are a few verbs which have got a group 1 and a group 2 version. So, for example, if you type in taberu into your dictionaries, guys, if you all look at taberu, okay, cool. So remember that kanji, and now write ku, K-U-U.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. So almost certainly, the Japanese that is spoken nowadays, what we call NHK Japanese, which is like BBC English, is a conglomeration of all different types of Japanese that have been spoken in different parts of Japan throughout the years. And at some point, probably 95%, the Edo, the Tokyo region, the Kanto region, was turned into, if you like, Seitei Japanese.
Yeah.
And anything else could be either a colloquial way of saying it, or it could be, if it's shorter, it could be a much more direct way of saying it. So ku is actually standard Japanese, but it's a very rough way of saying eat. It's what you'd say to your friends or your subordinates. You'd say kuimasu or kutte, eat, mother. Okay. So there's quite a few verbs like this where there's a group 1 version and a group 2 version. Yeah. Okay. All good?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's where German has a double positive to make a negative. Yeah.
Okay, so I do not want, so ことがありませんが
Good.
Kono keiken I do not want hogai hoshi hogai is better and not or worse, yeah. So hoshi, so now I have to do the hoshi kunai desu?
Good.
So.
Easy.
I believe the police is involved now.
Sorry, Tobe? The
I
police
believe the police are involved.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, good. Well spotted. Okay, Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the police, but the police station. Good. Okay. 次の真相を合格するために礼法を稽古しなければなりません。決してもない、sorry, that shouldn't be there. You can say either 決して or 一回もない, or you can just leave it out completely. 審査を落ちたことがありませんが、この経験が欲しくないです。Cool, good. Well done.
But with this ikkai mean?
One time. So 一回もない means not even one time. Not
so
even
it's
one time.
The same as nikai, twice. Ikkai, nikai, sankai.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly this. Yeah.
May I ask the kesite? What's the major differences for Zenzen?
Yeah, good question. Keshite kind of means absolutely, whereas what was the other one? Zenzen means completely. It's difficult, really. Zenzen. Zenzen gokaku shita koto ga nai. You probably could use Zenzen actually, Yari.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual to use it in this place though. I think grammatically it still makes sense. But it's just that just these two are the ones which normally use keshite and ikkai monai. Yeah, Zenzen. Okay, right. It's countability. Zenzen is usually used for what's it called? Uncountable objects, whereas ikkai and keshite can be used for countable objects or occasions. So Zenzen would be used for a quantity, but not a distinct number of times or a number of items. Yeah.
I have also heard the word ichidomo.
Ichidomo and ikkai-mo are both basically mean the same thing. Ichido and ikkai mean the same thing, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Ichido monai, ikkai monai.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the same.
Is that the same one time as in mo ichido?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly this. Yeah.
How about Saido?
One more time, Yeti?
Saido.
Saido. Never heard of it, but
okay.
it might be usable.
Yeah. In dictionary, there was that word.
Let me have a look.
Again, Saido.
Oh, twice again. Yeah, to be honest, I've never really heard it being used, but you couldn't use it here anyway, because it's not about saying again, it's about saying never.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on, guys. Otherwise, we're going to spend all of our time trying to take apart tiny bits of vocabulary. clear drawings. Let's try this one. Okay, this one I actually did on a speech. I translated it into Japanese and you guys had to do it into English a few weeks ago. But let's try again. Yes. Okay, just have a few minutes to read through this. If you want to make some notes, you can. I'll give you some vocabulary while you're writing, because just to save you looking up in the dictionary. Yukoku kan. It's passport control. Suddenly. Everything else we've done. Yeah, everything else we've done.
Still have my notes on this.
Throw them in the bin. If you just repeat back to me the way I translated originally, Louise, I'll know about it.
No, it's not the same. Mine was a little bit different. But
no, you should say mine was a little bit better.
I didn't say that.
You should say that. You should say that. You should say mine was better than yours, Andy.
By the way, the fugo part, was that okay?
The fugo?
Yeah, you gave me like a small to translate.
Yeah, I think so. I looked for it quickly and there was a couple of small mistakes, but pretty much it was good.
Mm.
All I'd say is, I think I wrote this to you as well, you should start using kanji.
Yeah,
You'll find that some things, like the same way that you find it quicker to write in hiragana than in Roman. After a while, you find it's quicker to write in kanji than it is to write in hiragana.
Mm. Yeah, I also noticed that sometimes the meaning of the sentence gets confusing if you use all hiragana. And
Yeah, it
with
does.
the kanji, you specify what exactly you mean.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Did you know that Gorin no Sho was all written in hiragana, and hundreds of years later, people are trying to work out exactly what Musashi meant by some of these things because it's unclear, and so people argue about the meaning of certain things. A bit like the American Constitution. Who knows what the fuck they were saying because it's so badly written. It could mean anything. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Sorry, give me a second. Right, let's start with Yari. 3 years ago, I went to Japan for the first time.
Okay. Sannen. It's not kan, or is it?
You could put kan in here, actually. You could.
Sannen kan. First time.
Before you go on to first time, though, at the moment this just says for 3 years. Gary, at the moment all this says is for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Sannen kan. Nihon.
Hang on. This just at the moment this just says for 3 years. It doesn't say 3 years ago. It just says 3 years.
So I need verb.
No, you need a direction.
Okay. That sanenkaan ni.
That means for 3 years. Still.
4 trees. Yes.
Okay. Any contributions from the floor?
Maini.
Maini. Yeah. Or sanenai is also
maini.
fine.
Yeah, okay.
So you can either do that or you can maini. These are both fine. Good.
Sorekare is also.
And then for the first time, I went to Japan.
First time, I don't remember what is the first time. Kondo, no.
No, not kondo. Not kondo. Contributions from the floor? Louise?
はい、初めて。
Hajimete.
So 初め and then.
Exactly, yeah. Hajimete. And then? Yabi? I went to Japan.
Ikimashita.
Doko ni?
I went to. Hajimete Nihon ni ikimashita.
Good. Okay. Okay. Cool. Aga, the holiday was too, and that's too easy for you. Hang on a second. Okay, Aga, you can do this section here. The holiday was 2 weeks long. We landed at Haneda Airport at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it was very quiet.
So, 休みは、2週間、
どの休み？どの休み？
どの休み？その休み。
Dokładnie.
その休みは2週間でした。羽田空港に、Shouldn't the hour be the beginning, actually? I mean, 6時.
Oh, yeah, that's probably better. Put it in now. Yeah, 6時.
6時午後? 午後?
Gogo's afternoon.
So 午前?
午前。はい。
に、着いて?
Okay, good. Suite. Good. And it was very quiet.
静かでした?
But it was very quiet.
とても静かでした.
Good. Okay. Well done. Cool. Good. If you want to say, go on, Toby.
Sorry. I just wanted to ask you, is it totally wrong to say asa rokuji ni?
Oh, this is fine. Yeah, absolutely. You can say asa rokuji ni or asa no rokuji ni. These are all good as well. In fact, I tend to use asa because I can't remember gozen and gogo without making a mistake. So I normally say asa no rokuji ni.
But as I translated it, I put it in the beginning of the sentence. So as I did, asa rokuji ni Haneda koko ni.
Yeah, that's fine. That's also good. Yeah. I mean, these are just details that you can pop around, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with this, so
that's
why I'm asking. So,
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, good. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to Joseph. Are you there? Immigration was empty, so it only took 10 minutes to get through the process.
入国管理で誰もなかったから。
Sorry, hang on a second.
誰もなかったから。
Sorry, can you start again? Sorry, I'm just typing as quickly as I can.
Is that why good there after?
No, it's not good. Only if you're speaking Vietnamese.
Okay.
Yeah.
入国管理 で
Good.
誰もなかった。
誰も what's the verb again?
なかった。いなかった。
いなかった。
はいはいはい。いなかった。
かった。
から。
Good.
10分だから。
10分で、できました。終わりました。
What was the last one you used?
しました。終わりました。できました。
Oh, 終わりました is good. 終わりました。
終わりました。
Finished. How would you say it took? It took. Any contributions?
かかりました。10分かかりました。
かかりました。Good. Yeah, かかりました。Okay. 10分. Let's also just 入国管理で誰も sorry, this should be really, but this should really be 入国管理に誰もいなく. And then you can say いなかったから, but if you want to keep this sentence up at a polite level of formality, if you turn this into いなくて,
yes.
Then this keeps it connected. And it doesn't suddenly drop its politeness level. It keeps it on one level of politeness.
Right. That's all I think.
Sorry, Joseph, one more time?
Only one T. Inakute.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Inakute.
Inakute.
Yeah, inakute kara. 10分でかかる。10分. What would you?
かかりましたね。
Yeah, just 10分かかりました. Yeah. Or 10分. If you want to say within 10 minutes, you can say 10分以内.
Yes.
Yeah. Wayne, go ahead.
Could you use dake here?
Yep, you can. This is inai for natural Chinese speakers. How'd you say this, Wayne, in Chinese? Probably not.
Inai.
Inai. Oh, okay. It's inai in Japanese, so it's pretty close. Inai. Or dake, it's fine. 10分だけ. Okay, this. Okay. And then Piotr, when I left the airport, it suddenly became hot as it was July. Tiest muted, mate.
すみません。
Yeah.
航空できるの時に
空港を What's the verb again?
できる。
できる?
Leave, go out of. Oh, sorry, 出る. It's 出る, right?
Yep.
出るの時に
You can just use 出る時.
出てる時. Okay. 7月でしたから突然暑くなりました。
Okay, so this would just be 出た時に when I left the airport. 空港出た時に7月でしたから突然暑くなりました. Good. So but this is fine grammatically. This is absolutely fine. If you want to make your sentence a little bit more efficient, then you could say 7月で, it's just like shortening the deshta, de, and then you don't need kara.
Okay.
7月で突然暑くなりました.
So why can we drop the kara here? Because it's basically the de means end in this case.
Don't ask why, just ask how. It's much more interesting. Yeah, de.
It's kind of a reason, no? De.
Yeah, it's like saying as. It's kind of like node. But because there's no verb before it, you can just say shichigatsu node. You can just say de. You could also say shichigatsu nanode. This is also completely grammatically good. Okay. Right. Anybody else get anything significantly different to that? Anybody want to share?
No, we skipped the part about getting through the process.
No.
I cheated. I said over.
入国管理に誰もいなくてから10分かかりました. Oh, that was it.
It only took 10 minutes, but what took 10 minutes?
The new kokkanari. So this means immigration.
Wouldn't then we want to make the new kokkanari the subjects, or at least as for the passport control, there was nobody, so it only took 10 minutes?
I mean, if you were writing this, then you probably need to add a bit more details, but the context is pretty well known from the sentence itself. In immigration, there was nobody, so it only took 10 minutes.
Okay.
This kind of says all really. If you want to add some complications, though, then you could say...
No, we're fine.
No, please, allow me. Nyukoku. Let's get rid of that. So, Nyukoku kanri no, and then process is tetsuzuki. Tetsuzuki. Ga 10分かかりました。Voilà. 入国管理に誰もいなくてから入国管理の手続きが10分かかりました。You could probably get rid of that 入国管理 as well. Just say the process took 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Right, should we now try a little bit of competitiveness? How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 9. It's all right, Constantina. You're going to win anyway. I've already made a note of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Can't compete against those guys. They're pros.
They're not
I'm
pros.
a little panda.
They're not pros. They're just hoes. Okay.
We agreed not to talk about that, Sensei. I mean,
let's see. Okay, I'm going to message you each. How many? There's quite a few of us. It'll be a bit of time waste. Oh my! Just some of you can get started. Okay, let me do it.
Is it going to be in the Zoom chat?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to do this.
Or Facebook chat?
If you activate the chat, you can choose to whom you will write.
But as I'm the owner of this this session, I can open chat and choose who I want anyway. So let's see. Yours. Okay, I'm going to just start adding people. Come on. Just relax for a second, guys.
Desperation starts.
What's going on? What's going on?
The verb ochiru is also fall down, or
yes, it is.
And fail.
Yes, yeah, correct.
So both.
Exactly. Right, so that's 3 of you. Let's do. So some of you have now received some text. And just sending some. Yes, it should do. Let's see. Wayne. And David. Tobe. And then I'll give. So I think at the moment, people who haven't received one is just Yadi and Constantina, right?
And me.
And Louise, sorry.
I haven't got.
Okay, Louise.
Where you send it?
I haven't sent it to you yet. Hang on. So Yadi. I'm going to send it to you on Zoom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some of you are getting something that you can use immediately when you go to Japan. Okay. Anybody not received one?
Me.
Really?
Me, I haven't got.
It still says that the chat is deactivated by the host.
Yeah, but I'm sending
Did
it,
you
though.
send to Messenger or where?
To Zoom. There should
Here
be a
in the
Zoom chat. Has anybody?
Chat. Now I understand. Yeah. Okay.
Chat remains disabled, but you can receive chats from the host.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, that.
Now it's undisabled.
So I've re-enabled it. Okay. So Louise, you're going to do this one though. Just a second.
Quick, everybody shout.
Where's Louise?
Ah.
You got one now? Yeah, have you got yours?
Yes.
Has anybody not received one? Cool.
It just took a time to understand where it is.
Now we have to translate that and yeah.
Yes.
That's hard.
Now or later is this?
Now.
Now.
I mean,
Okay.
you can read it, make some notes, and prepare your presentation. This is when the teacher in the class goes and makes himself a cup of coffee in the staff room and comes back like half an hour later smelling of tobacco smoke.
And finding a class in tears. Yeah.
and the window open and a few desks empty. And bloody patches outside the window because they forgot that they were 5 stories up.
It gets painful from the first story.
True. Yeah, it's much less painful after 8 stories though.
Any experience?
Only with cats. Actually, after I think something like 6 floors, cats reach terminal velocity, and they can make themselves slow enough that they don't injure themselves when they hit the ground. It's an intermediate number of floors where they are in most danger.
Oh.
Like,
Because they don't have time to turn, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're saying cats know how to skydive?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
And so do horses. They just don't know how to land. Having problems, Louise? Louise,
Yeah.
I gave you not the hardest one actually.
We should strike.
We should go on strike, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I mean, there's something about striking as well here, so that I was a bit confused.
All finished, guys? I'm home tutoring somebody in maths at the moment. They're 13 years old. I do it on Zoom. Last week, during the maths session, I said to him, okay, I'm going to give you half an hour to resolve Fermat's last theorem. You can use the internet to work out what that is and resolve it. He's 13 years old. I came back in about 5 minutes and he was staring at the screen like this. And I could see sort of sweat and tears at the same time. I said, I'm only joking. I was just making a coffee.
But you didn't come back smelling of tobacco smoke.
You wouldn't know.
Does anybody need a bit more time?
Mm-hmm.
Louise, Wayne.
Do we get to use the dictionary?
Yeah, of course. Just don't use Google Translate,
Right.
because I wouldn't trust it really. Remember, it doesn't have to be grammatically perfect. It needs to be understood. That's all. If other people in this group can't understand it, then you fail. So you have to be responsible for everybody else's comprehension as well. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute, guys, and then we'll just have a look and see what you guys have done. Come on, Louise, hurry up. God, it's like trying to teach my parents how to program the video recorder. Ju, Q, Hachi, Nana, Roku, Go, Yon, San, Ni, Ich, Ping pong! Okay. Okay, bakers, your time is up. Please put your cakes on the end of your bench. Okay, let's see. So, Louise, which subject did you have?
I had if I have a fast car.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a fast car, but I don't drive fast. Blah, blah.
Okay. Who else had the fast car one? Can you, Toby? And Wayne? And anybody else? David? Cool. And then Piotr, what did you have?
Skate.
Pate?
Skate.
Oh, skate. Who else had skate?
Skate.
Joseph? Aga? I think Aga did. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, your internet broke off there. Can you say again? You're still silent, Aga. Okay. Can you say that again?
Well, unfortunately, yes, I got skate.
Good. Okay. And then Yari and Konstantina, you had the check-in at hotel, right? Hi. Konstantina, are you there? No, looks like our internet's broken down. Okay, there you are. Right.
Very much.
Hotel check-in. Okay. Let's start with hotel check-in first then. So let me just read. Oh, let me just share the screen with you. Just a sec. Where's the text? Actually, let's clear that a second. Okay, what we'll do is we'll score you on your ability to make yourself understood by the other teams. So let me just find my own page. Second. Okay, Yari, you go first.
Okay. Ohayou gozaimasu. San yoru ni watashi ga rigaubu o desu. Watashi namae wa Jari. Nanjin wa asagohan desu ka? Nanji. Hoteru ga puuru desu ka? Heia no towel.
Tauru.
Towel o puuru ni torimasu.
Okay, and Constantina? Constantina, come to us.
What should I read what I wrote? Because I didn't. I have so many unknown words, so I didn't complete it all. So I wrote a couple. Ohayo gozaimasu. Yoyaku shite arimasu. Santaku no. Watashi no namae wa Constantina desu. Nanji asa gohan desu ka? Hoteru wa swimming pool ga arimasu ka? And there I lost it.
Okay.
Heia kara towel o, and yeah, I couldn't translate the rest of it. I had so many unknown words.
Cool. Okay. So let's take somebody from the other team. So let's see, David. Can you feed back what you think they said?
My mind is just completely blank.
I can say it again. It's not so long. Ohayo gozaimasu. San yoru ni watashi ga rigaubu o desu. Watashi namae wa Jari. Nanji wa asagohan desu ka? Hoteru ga puuru desu ka? Heia no towel o puuru ni torimasu.
Okay. Piotr, do you want to go?
If Dave's okay with that. So I'm thinking, hello, good morning. I think they're saying I have a reservation for 3 nights.
Good.
Yes.
My name is ...
Good.
What time is breakfast?
Good.
Let's see then. I think the next one is there a pool in the hotel?
Good.
And then do I need to bring a towel from the room to the pool?
Perfect.
Thank you, Piotr.
Let me show you the original. That was really good. You pretty much did it exactly as I wrote it.
My brain is just so occupied with the sentences I had to translate. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All I would say is, Jari, try to think about what verbs are in these sentences, because you keep saying des at the end,
yeah, true.
and it's not des. There are times when you can have arimasu sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the next group. So. Let's do Louise, Tobe, Wayne, and David. So you had the fast car one. So the other people in the group, you're going to try and work out what it is that they said. Give me a second, guys. So move that away. Okay, Louise, you go first.
Hi. Hayaku kuruma ga aru ga hayaku unten shite imasen. Watashi no ichi wa kanari sorry.
Okay.
Watashi no uchi wa kanari shisaikute, doro wa totemo semai desu kara, moshi hayaku unten shitara, tabun jiko ni naru. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry.
去年に私のうち隣に、5回事故になる。And then the last sentence I didn't get to.
Okay, no problem. Tobe?
Yeah.
頑張ってください。
Okay, I'll give it a fair try anyway. So, okay. 早の車が持っています。でも早く運転をしません。私の町が小さくて道具が狭いです。多分軸になります。And then I was completely lost here with the traffic lights and so on.
Okay.
So
There's a clue for
I
anyone
came
listening.
to
This ain't there.
yeah, I'm lost
Okay, no problem.
from here. So-
Wayne, over to Wayne.
Yeah, 早車を持っていますが、でも早く運転しません。街は小さいと道路が狭いです。そして早運転に事故なら、去年地下に自宅近いに事件5件です。I also don't get the last part as well.
Okay, no problem, no problem. David?
早い車を持っていますが、早く運転していません。I had to look up the word for town. So, 私の町は本当小さくから道路が狭いです。早く運転する or is that a 事件 or 事故? I'm not 事故可能性があります。去年私のうち近くで5件の事故がありました。And then the last sentence, I got Shingoki, which is traffic lights, and Takai, which is too expensive. That's about it.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Right, let's start with Konstantina. What do you think they were saying?
Thank you. Okay, very vaguely about a car. Okay, that he starts in the morning very early, but he doesn't drive fast. And the city he's going, there is a very narrow street. I think something that last year happened, and then it got blank.
Okay, okay.
I got really very few words.
Sure. Okie dokie. Let's see. Aga, what do you think they were saying?
So there's something that the car is fast, but don't drive fast.
Good.
Fast.
Yeah.
There was something about narrow road or something like that.
Yeah.
And about the accident, but I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
What about that? So sorry, I couldn't read.
Okay, and let's just finish with Yari. What do you think?
I also think that the first was that David had a very fast car.
Good.
And there was also semi, so there should be something narrow.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand that there could be some accident.
Right.
So maybe I need to, because of the remembering, to listen it again. Then it's easier because I don't remember anymore what there it was.
Sure. Okay. And then lastly, Josef, what do you think?
So he has a fast car, but he's not driving fast.
Good. Yeah.
It's a very small, he lives in a small city, so the roads are narrow.
Good.
And it's dangerous. and something with traffic lights, and there were maybe 5 or I think 5 accidents last year because of driving.
Yeah, good. Okay, so actually, apart from the traffic lights, guys, team 2, pretty much between Joseph and the other couple of guys, you managed to convey what you were trying to say. That was good. Okay, let's go to. So actually, it was. I have a fast car, but I don't drive it fast. My town is quite small and the roads are very narrow. So if I drive quickly, then I'll probably have an accident. Last year, there were 5 accidents close to my house. We cannot put traffic lights in the center of town because it is too expensive. Okay, let's do the last group now, Piotr, Joseph, and Aga. So Piotr, if you want to go first.
はい。あての後で後ろに見るのために回って鞘を引いてから物打ちの後ろを胸の左に連れてすぐに水月をつくように満足に右の腕を伸びて鞘引きの時に後ろの敵を突きます。
Good. Okay.
Thank you for keeping it straight.
I love the Manzoka bit. That was good. That was good. Okay, Joseph.
Well, mine is not this elaborate. 切ってもうすぐ後ろに見てください。鞘を引いて物打ちの後ろを胸の左側に持って遅れしないで右肘を伸びてで水月を落ちてください。鞘の引いてと一緒に後ろの敵をついてください。
Good. Okay. And Aga?
Well, I'm just going to give up.
Really?
Really? I just started at this text and I was just thinking, why?
Okay.
Sorry.
Anything at all? Because you might add a detail.
Well, I can do the first. Well, I didn't wrote anything at all, to be honest.
Okay.
I can do the first sentence probably.
Sure. Okay, let's do that.
Like 打つの後で、後ろを見て、回ってください。Yeah. And then that will be the first sentence.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's see. Wayne, any clue at all? This was quite a hard text actually, but any idea at all what they were saying?
Bits and pieces. You should look at the back and start something on the right or left. I forgot. Sorry.
Okay.
And something like that.
Okay. Something like this. David?
Is just describing how to perform the ski in skate. Basically looking first, starting the right hand before the left, to make sure your head's turned all the way around.
Okay, and Louise?
When you lift, it's like the blade has to be completely facing upwards or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and something you have to do with the left hand, proper sayabiki, and then thrust into suigets. And I'm not sure if the last part is also with the turning and look and going back, or is it just this piece of skate?
Okay. Piotr's got the Zenkinren manual to check. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot the satisfy bit.
I think there was a Ushiro kata also, which was also talking about, and the turning in there.
Yeah. So just feedback for Piotr, Joseph, and Aga. When things are written in this kind of instruction structure, you don't need to use te form and kudasai. if it says something like look behind you, then you should just put this into the mass form. You just say ushiro mimasu.
Okay, so not even te form, because I
No.
didn't
Not even
decide,
te.
but even not that. Okay.
You can use te form to link verbs within the sentence, but the
Right.
final verb should actually be set as just mas.
Okay.
You know, to
Okay.
say you will do something. Yeah, this is how instructions are written normally. Okay, good. That was quite a hard one actually. So the actual thing was, after the strike, turn to look behind. From drawing back the saya, bring the back of the mono uchi toward the left side of the chest, and without delay, adequately stretch your right. Oh, adequately, not manzoku ni. So this is juben.
Is that sufficiently?
Yeah.
Ah.
And adequate. Juben is sufficiently and adequately.
Okay.
Manzoku means satisfactorily.
Oh, I mean, the jury's going to be satisfied if I do it enough, right?
Well, you might be satisfied. It doesn't mean we're all satisfied with you, Piotr. Stretch your right elbow to thrust the solar plexus. As you draw off the saya, you thrust the opponent behind you. Okay, good. Well, that was interesting. I think, I think you all have a little bit of confidence about how to say things in Japanese, and you've got less confidence about understanding things in Japanese, but you almost all managed to understand each other. You know, between the groups, you more or less finished off the sentences. Do you want to hear how I would say these things?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let me do the hotel check-in first. Good morning. I have a reservation for 3 nights. My name is blah, blah, blah. What time is breakfast? Is there a swimming pool in the hotel? Should I take the towel from the room to the pool? Let me just quickly, I'll do it written as well so you can see it at the same time. Clear drawings. So I think both Yari and Constantine have got the first bit right. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oops. Gozaimasu. Sanpaku means for 3 nights. 3 nights. Sanpaku no yoyaku means reservation. Ga arimasu. Just as simple as that. There is a reservation for 3 nights. Namae wa Aki desu. Then you can use asa gohan is probably the easiest one to remember. Asa gohan wa nanji desu ka? Hotel no naka ni, inside the naka ni puru ga arimasu ka? So Yari, not desu ka, just arimasu ka.
Yeah, I already changed it when you said.
Yeah. And then this last sentence is a little bit hard. But what you can do is again put this into just the mass form. Just say heya kara taoru o puru ni motte ikimasu ka?
Okay, bring.
Yeah, this just, I mean, literally this means, will I take a towel from the room to the swimming pool? But this can be inferred to mean, should
Toru
I take...
is not so nice for the torimasu.
You can use toru. You can say heya kara torimasu ka? But yeah, that would be completely understood actually. But
heya kara?
Heya kara, from the room. Heya.
Okay.
Heya kara towel. Or you can say heya no towel. Oops, sorry. So the towel of the room. Heya no towel o puru ni motte ikimasu ka?
Ah, very near my. I was a heya no towel o puru ni torimasu ka.
Yeah, you could probably use that. I think motte ikimasu would be probably better in that situation there. Yeah. Okay.
Motte ikimasu. There is a tree about motte verbs. Motte ikimasu, motte kuru, motte imasu.
Motte imasu. Yeah. Okay. Any questions, guys? Nicht. Okay. Let's do the next one. Oops. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm just going to find the text. Oh, my screen is so untidy. Okay. Okay, so the next one I would say, so that was Louise, Toby, Wayne, and David. I think you would. This is basically. I know it's not necessarily easy, but it's a fairly simple, as in not complicated, set of sentences. So I would have just kept it really, really simple and just used the grammar that we've used so far. So I would say hayai, and I don't think I heard anybody say hayai. You said hayaku quite a lot, but I
said hayai no kuruma.
So again, this is unnecessary to have no hayai kuruma.
Hayai kuruma.
Hayai is an adjective, so why not use it as an adjective? Hayai kuruma ga arimasu. You don't need motemasu. Ga, and then this next bit was good. Hayaku unten, and then you don't have to do shite imasen or anything like that. You can just say unten shimasen. This means as a habit, as a routine. I don't drive it quickly.
So no particle there. I had unten o shimasen.
Oh, this is fine. Yeah, you can have o there, but you don't need it unless you don't necessarily need it though.
Okay.
Yeah. Unten shimasen. Watashi no machi ga. So quite is naka naka. I know we've done it before. Chisakute doro mo doro ga doesn't really matter. Mo or ga, but I would use more in this case. Semakute. Let's do it. Let's make it easier. In fact, semai desu kara. Moshi hayaku unten shitara jiko ga okoru kanosei ga arimasu. There is a possibility that an accident will happen. I'm not saying this. Okoru, to occur. Yeah. So you could also say jiko ga aru kanose as well. Piotr?
So doro, what's the difference between doro and michi?
Michi means path, really. Doro, let me just show you the characters so that we're clearly understanding this.
Michi is doro.
すみません。
どうぞ。
仕事に
行きますか？
行かなければなりません。
なりませんか？はい。またね。
はい、またね。
Bye bye.
See you.
Like footpath?
Well, I mean, as you know, Michi is the same character as Do in Iaido. So what does Iaido, Kendo, Judo mean? What does Do mean in those cases?
Way.
Right, exactly.
The
Yeah.
road to perfection.
If you like, yeah. So we use way to mean kind of both a kind of mental training path and a method. So it's Michi by itself has got a slightly broad meaning, really. It's more of a concept than an actual thing, whereas Doro actually means a road, like a road for vehicles to go along. If you had a pavement for walking on, this is Hodo. So this is walking way.
Is that the Aruku kanji?
It is, yeah. So it's it's quite rare to just put Michi by itself, unless you're really talking about the way, like this. Yeah.
But you can't say do no mayo. You say michi ni mayo if you are lost.
Yeah. So this means losing the way, which is what we would say in English as well, isn't it? I lost the way. Yeah. I don't say I lost the road or I got confused by the road. Yeah.
Maybe check on the back of the sofa.
It might be there. Yeah. Okay, any questions on that one, guys?
Yeah, you all now you skip like those little things like probably, right?
So I've just said there is a possibility. So if you wanted to have probably in there, you could just, what would you say, Louise, for probably?
I put tabun.
Tabun, exactly. Yeah. Whoops. I'll write it in English. Tabun. Yep, that's good as well.
Because I always feel like those little things make it for me super. Because of those, I'm really slow, and I need a long time to translate this stuff because I have to think hard which one to use and where to put it. And
You
what
mean think?
does tabun mean?
This means probably. But Louise, let me ask you a question. Do you mean those tiny little clauses cause you to slow down?
Yeah, because I want to do like exactly the one, like then I have to think about like I will probably have. So probably have, so I have to put something like tabun plus, and now you put it will occur, but I use nadi, nadu, and then I have to think how do they go together. And
yeah, so I wouldn't use all of those together in this sentence. I would use tabun jiko ga okorimasu. Maybe, probably there will be an accident. But if the way that I wrote it before, you wouldn't need tabun. You just say jiko ga okoru kanose ga.
Yeah, because it would be like doppelt gemoppelt if you put tabun plus.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's I just try to be like super close to the English version. And then I think a lot about if there's another possibility which would be closer and better, and then it takes a lot of time.
Yeah. So I what I would advise at the moment is to translate back what you've written in Japanese back into English or your own language, and ask yourself: is this basically saying what the original was? Is it really even if you add nuances and inferences, is it missing any information? And if it's not, don't add anything else into it, because you just set yourself up to make mistakes. Just keep it simple, really. So for example, jiko ga okoru kanose ga arimasu. This already has the inference of possibility that there would possibly be an accident, not certainty, because I've just said there is a chance, there's a possibility that it will happen. So yeah, sometimes it's we will learn these other little clauses like tabun, tashikani, zettai ni, zenzen as time goes by, but don't throw too many in there at the expense of them making the sentence incomprehensible, which is a good possibility.
Well, I didn't get to okoru kanose ga.
Right.
So
I mean, if you said tabun jiko ga arimasu, this would be fine. But
I think I put nadimasu.
So that wouldn't really make any sense. You see, it'd be better to maybe devote more processor time to just constructing the basic sentence first and hoping that the inference from that sentence is conveyed. Usually it is. Japanese is such a stark, that's not the right, I don't mean German stark here. I mean stark as in not much detail. I don't mean stark, I mean not much
stark
detail.
Means strong.
Yeah, I mean not much detail, stark, like barren. That everything is inferred. Yeah.
The high context language.
Yes, exactly. Highly contextual language. Yeah. Okay, and then kyonen.
Andy.
Yep, go ahead.
Shitara na shittara.
Sorry, shitara. You're right. Sorry, thank you. Shitara. Kyonen. Ie no chikaku. So here, look, I didn't even bother writing watashi no ie. I don't bother. There's no point. If you say ie no chikaku, it means your house. If you're talking about somebody else's house, then you'd say Brown-san no ie. But if you just say ie no chikaku ni, this infers your house. You don't need to add any more detail.
I used tonari. Is this?
This is next to.
Next to.
Which is fine. I mean, you're kind of expressing a proximity, but chikaku means near to.
Okay.
Yeah. Jiko gokai arimashita. Just keep it nice and simple. Gokai arimashita. Okay, this last sentence was the hard one, wasn't it? Machi no. How would you say center, guys? Machi no.
Mannaka.
Mannaka. Or
What about chushin?
Chushin is also a good one. Yeah. Mannaka. Chushin. Chuo. Dewa oki desu. Chuo ni. Okay, let's put the reason first. It is too expensive because this is too expensive.
Takai desu kara?
Yeah, takasugimasu.
Takasugi.
Mascara. Good. machi no mannaka, chushin chuo ni, shingo ga. To put, anybody? Joseph? No, that means to hold. What about to put?
Shingo ga. No, don't know.
So oku means to place, to put.
Okay. Yes.
And then if I say I cannot put, this would be
Kanai.
Okemasen.
okemasen. Yeah, okemasen. Yeah, like this.
So
Takasu.
shingo is traffic lights?
Yes, yeah. Shingo. Takasugimasu kara machi no mannaka. Let's just keep this really simple. Let's say chushin. This is probably the most usual way to do this. Chushin ni shingo ga okemasen.
Sorry, sorry, go ahead.
What else for middle did we have? I wanted to put
Chuo and mannaka. Chuo.
Sorry, Piotr.
No, I was actually going to ask about those as well, because mannaka is really like the exact middle. And
yeah.
Chushin, what's the shin? Is that?
Kora?
Okay. Thank you.
So, just to be clear, mannaka you can use, but it really means dead center. It means real, true center. Whereas what you actually mean is near the center of the town. So chushin or chuo might be better to use in this case. Yeah.
So these traffic lights are inside a building?
Oh, this is the problem. If you say dead center, you could be in somebody's head. There was a nun standing there, so we put the traffic lights inside the nun. Okay.
Sorry, what does the mannaka mean?
So this means dead center. Dead center.
Dead center.
I don't mean cemetery when I say dead center.
Yeah.
Center means exact or precise center of something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. All good, guys?
Shingo with a U.
It is, yeah, it's a long one. Shingo. Oops, there you go. Shingo with you.
I don't want.
Okay. You got time to do the last one?
Yeah.
Yes.
You, by the way.
What?
Do you?
Me? Yeah, if we're quick. If we don't ask too many hard questions.
I'm questioning my whole existence right now. This is like too much anyway.
I have to go in 7 minutes, but I'll stay as long.
Okay, maybe we can finish. Maybe I can do this in 7 minutes. Right. Ushiro ni.
Are you just citing from the actual book now?
No, I was looking out the window. Well, I was trying to use the words that they use as much as I can. Sayabiki o shite kara mono uchi. Okay, so I know this isn't actually written like this in the Japanese version, but I'm going to write the easy way of doing this. Mono uchi no ushiro bun. That means part. O mune no ushiro ni.
The back of the chest.
Sorry, mune no hidari. And one of you used the word without delay. Who was it?
Suguni.
Suguni, yeah. Suguni. Then jubun hichi. Oops. Oh, now I heard nobimas from one or two of you. Yeah, so nobimas would be, this is actually the intransitive verb. So I can't remember exactly how this is written, whether they still use the intransitive verb as it's your elbow. But just in case it's not, if it's the transitive, it's nobashimasu.
Would nobimasu just be like just for your forearm to suddenly grow longer?
Could be. I mean, it just means extend. But
Nobasu?
Is it say nobasu in the book?
Nobasu is existing to lengthen, to make it longer.
Yeah. Sorry.
And it is transitive.
Yeah. Nobashite. Suigetsu. Oops, not suigetsu. Suigetsu o tsukimasu. As you draw off the saya, you thrust the opponent behind you. So that's really kind of repeating what the previous sentence, but this was a translation of a Japanese narrative of what Kusama Sensei said last year at the Central Seminar. Saibiki o shite kara ushiro no teki o tsukimasu. So the Japanese, the English was 6 lines. The Japanese only took 5, well, 4.1. So if you're careful, you can say all this stuff really, really simply.
Why the ushiro is not ato?
Ato means after.
Aha, okay.
So it's the same character, same Chinese character, but if you say ato, this means after. If you pronounce it as shiro, it means behind.
Okay, yeah.
Huh? Is that right?
Utsu as in hit or uchi? It's and then the T form?
Yeah. There. Or you could use, I think one of you used atte kara, as in ataru, atarimasu. That should be atatte.
I used ate no ato de.
Ate no ato. Ataru.
So after the hit, because we use the ate in tsuka-ate, so I assumed it's like an uchi. It's an ate is also a hit.
Oh, sorry. You're right. It's just sorry. Ataru. It is just ate. Sorry. Ate no ato.
Yeah, but then I had a single T in the first and a double in the second.
Jesus. Anyway, you could just do atekara. Sorry, double T. Ataru. So that would be atatte. Atsuka-ate.
Is it ataru?
Yeah, but I'm now just doubting myself. Just a second.
It's a different strike, no? Or is it the same?
Yes.
Atatte, ataru.
Ataru.
So what's gamen? How do you spell gamenate?
Why ataru?
Might need to write to the Zenkin and tell them they've spelt their katas wrong. Where's the Seito menu?
Would be same as number 4.
Yeah. Wayne, can you see me going through characters at the moment?
Yeah.
So that would normally be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There isn't another character for ataru, is there?
No.
So I wonder if it's atsu. You can't pronounce it atsu, though, can you?
No, it's
no.
I have to go. Sorry.
Okay. See you soon, Joseph. Take care.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back in 20 seconds, guys. I'm going to get the state in.
That's it.
What was the
Let's just make fake.
You're muted.
One kanji.
Yari.
What the hell was that?
Yari, you are muted. We cannot hear you.
Okay. What was the ato ni? After, yes, yeah.
So ato, after in the sense of time, and then ushiro is in the sense of location.
Yeah.
So space.
So somebody have command ato when we have practiced the moving.
After you finish moving.
No, they don't say ushiro, they say ato.
Oh, that's just afterwards. After you've done the action which is inferred.
Yeah, it's ateru. It's the group 2 version of the word, isn't it? It's ateru. Like that. Yeah. So ataru is the intransitive, I think, and ateru is the transitive verb. So this would be indeed atekara, like this. Any questions, guys? Because at some point I do have to do some work today. Any problems, guys? Any?
So I wouldn't be able to translate that in this short amount of time, I think.
No, but I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, so.
No, of course not. I mean, I've spent 34 years learning to be able to translate it like that. But I mean, really, you know, you had a few minutes. I'm not expecting you to do it perfectly. What's most important is that you can convey what you mean. So even if you use different language, it doesn't really matter, providing you're being clear with your meaning. Yeah.
So yeah, the last group with Skate really failed at conveying the meaning.
Oh, it's really hard because you don't. If you say things like thrust behind you, you'd think that you would write te kudasai, you know, shiro suite kudasai, and unless you know how to write instructions in Japanese, then you know how would you know this? You did a literal translation, which is what you should have done.
Yeah, but we didn't even get to convey that. So compared to the hotel and the accident group, people knew we were talking about Skate, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to do though, isn't it? Especially as you're, I'm sure one of the things that you probably confounded you, and you may not have even realized it, is that you started to try and explain how to do Skate instead of trying to translate this text. Possibly. Or you try to explain it in the way that you think it would have been explained in the Ido, but maybe subconsciously. Because to be honest, this paragraph doesn't make much sense, really. It says, from drawing back the sire, bring back the back of the monitor to here, and then it basically summarizes in this sentence what was written before. So it's a kind of nonsensical paragraph, really. It's like, why are they saying it twice? Yeah. Anyway,
they need to say it twice for these damn Westerners.
Yeah. I mean, this was a narration from a seminar, so it was just what's his name, Kusama Sensei giving some emphasis on bits. So it's not like literally how you'd write it down. This was how it was said. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well done, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Take care.
Matane.
Matane. 気をつけて。
またね。